Monday morning after the weekend. Just sent the kids on the bus. So that's kind of how, once school starts, you know, I don't really, unless there's something desperately needing to be done, I don't really start chores until the kids are on the bus. That way we get everything accomplished we need to. I don't know if you can see all the way across there. There's some net wrap I need to pick up, but there's that calf. Let's see, somewhere like right there. He's up against that white gate. I mentioned him the other day that he was the first calf born. And he's actually up looking for mama, and mama is over here. He is not the brightest bulb in the box. I had to go get him up yesterday. Yesterday he laid in that corner all day, and I kept going and checking on him, and he was fine. Like, not sick or anything like that. And he just didn't know to get up and look for mom. And so he never got up to go look for mom, and she wasn't too worried because she's a first calf heifer. So she's like, whatever, I'm with my herd, you know. And that's kind of what it appears is going on this morning. And this is the kind of things that you have to worry about. So he's walking that fence line. And thankfully this field has woven wire all along there, so he's not able to crawl through. Something has caused him to get up from his hiding place and feel danger. And so he is on the move. He doesn't really know where he's going. His instincts are just telling him, I'm supposed to move. So he's trying to run away from something. I don't know if a chicken went and scared him or what, but he's running that fence line. And if that was just regular barbed wire, or like at the lease ground where we just have single strand hot wire, these things will take off. And the problem with newborn calves like that is they'll take off and they'll go lay down somewhere. And if the mama isn't a good mama, she'll never go look for that calf. And if that calf never gets up and starts bawling to like signal mom, like, you can end up losing a calf. I've had it happen several times where I have found a dead calf 200 acres away from where it was supposed to be. And mama was not bothered by it at the least, you know, in the slightest. I see a cow that's bagged up and I'm like, where's her calf? So I start looking for her calf, you know, and sure enough, you'll find it somewhere. So I'm glad that I decided to, and Faith and I decided to keep these heifers close, because that way we can keep an eye on them. See, right now he's getting ready to lay down by this stump. Something spooky, big guy? I think that's mama right in the middle. Can't really tell. One of those black ones over there is hers. Is the mom. Anyways, I'll come back here in a second and check on them. But anyways, on the agenda today, I got some of the new ductwork pieces ordered for the range hood. So today I'm going to install, the plan is anyways, to install the range hood, the new range hood in the kitchen, so that we can get the new stove hooked up. Because we had to eat out the other night, and that was expensive. And we've also just been having to eat meals that we can cook like on the Blackstone, which is fine. Or, you know, something we can throw in the microwave. So, mama would like her stove back. So we're gonna get the old stove. Hopefully the range hood doesn't take me that long to install today. It doesn't look too complicated. I have to cut a bigger hole in the ceiling for the ductwork, because the way this one's laid out is a little different than the other one. So I gotta cut a new hole in the ceiling, install a bracket, and then the way this works is this hood just hangs on the bracket. There's 2 screws, and you can hook it on there, and then that allows you to finish bolting it to the bracket. So it should be relatively easy to get installed. I need to wire a new plug, because this one plugs in. You don't hardwire it, it just plugs in. So I gotta wire a plug up to the outlet wire that's running up there, and then that should be done. And then I can call the hired hand and he can come help me. This stove weighs like 400 pounds, I think. I can't remember. 800 pounds maybe. I don't remember, 600 pounds, something like that. It's heavy, it's ridiculous. So I had bought some moving straps, like the kind that go over your shoulders. And so I don't really know how those work, but we will figure that out. And hopefully him and I can move it. And if not, I have 2 other guys that I can call and be like, hey, between the 4 of us, surely we can get these things moved around. Because it's not in a place that we can really just, oh, you know, lift it up and put it on furniture dollies and push it around. There is multiple levels that they have to go. So that's gonna be fun. The feed wagon, the grain wagon over there, is empty. So we're switched to getting grain out of that red bin that's behind that barn. So we've got the feed box on the front of the tractor for that. Supposed to be getting new feed Tuesday. We actually need to crawl up in the and look at this bin and see how much is up there, because I may have to call them and be like, let's wait till Wednesday. But let's crawl up there and look real quick. Alright, how much is in? Oh yeah. We're probably a little over half. Because that goes at an angle. So we've probably got 2.5, we probably got close to 3 tons in there. Yeah. We probably have enough to make it till Wednesday. I just hate ordering close to when we need it, because then we can run out, and that's a problem. But I also hate ordering feed too early, because then sometimes we struggle with having enough room, because I still don't have that bin in the background put up. We were just talking about that the other day, about how I need to pour another pad over here and get that grain bin hooked up. So on this feed box on the front of the tractor, we've talked about it before. You guys remember the videos where Josh and I put the hydraulic motor on there, and yeah, I broke this board that used to be like this. I actually broke that putting it under the feed bin over there. It's a really tight fit, and sometimes I feed in it dark, and I was backing out and I was looking behind me and I heard crack, and I looked in front and I was like, crap, and I stopped immediately, but I'd already snapped that board. That was just the gentleman that owned this, he had put that up there as kind of a buffer, so that if he did hit anything, it broke the board, not the box. So I don't know, I kind of liked having that up there. It was kind of a nice little guard, but I don't know, I'll probably take that off or put a new board up there. I haven't decided. Right now it just kind of hangs there. It looks ugly and terrible. But anyways, this box holds real close to 800 pounds. And so right now, between these 2 groups, I am feeding, per feeding, like 750 pounds. So it's working out just about perfect. There's just a little bit left over in here. And yeah, I need to refill it. So I'll have to fill it twice on the mornings when I go feed the other groups. But in the evenings when I just feed these guys, I just fill it once, and it works out pretty good. A downside to having water tanks is you have to check them constantly. And this one I have problems with all the time. This float will kind of creep up out of its, that just pinches right here. It's got 2 rubber grommets, and it just pinches right there. And it will rise up, and then the float will you know, of course, be lower. And so it's like, hey, and it's still filling. And so this tank will run over. So I have to constantly push that back down and tighten it. I don't know. I've thought of like putting a screw through that, but I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna put the camera down. It's time to do stuff that I need both hands for. So thanks for following along. That's gonna be it for this morning's update. Probably set up the camera a little bit later and get to see us struggle moving a couple 800-pound stoves or whatever they weigh. Every time I talk about it, it's like the fish story. It's gonna get bigger and bigger. 1,000-pound stoves, guys. We're gonna be moving them with our bare hands. Stick around.